Okay, rolling. Awesome. Roger Rave here, and this is the Rave. Man. Rolling. Looks like we're rolling. Looks like this could be a take. Okay, looks like they got the photography lights there, kind of making a shade of haze. So I'm going to turn the camera around a little bit. That's what I wanted to talk about. That's something I wanted to say. That I wouldn't be serious about all this stuff if I didn't have the light photography studio. And let me show you what this is, what these are. And there's 3 lights. I have the other one in the kitchen. I was going to change the bulb, but I found out it's one of those round neon fixtures. You know, and it clips out of the clip. But I don't know how to get the picture out of there, so I'm glad I remembered that because I got to call the maintenance guy to come up. And hopefully maybe they have a bulb too. But yeah, it kind of looks like it's still got that haze going on here. But I really like the Technicolor on these things. They're the energy saving type luminescent lighting. You know, and the other one I put a regular light bulb in it. You know, it just doesn't seem to have that vibrancy to it. And but that's what I wanted to talk about, is that I wouldn't be serious about all this stuff if I was doing the videos, you know, take the time to do the artwork, you know, and see what I could do about putting them in an art show, and you know, and going down. Of course, I want to go to the party, you know, and everybody's going to be there. You got the bands and everything, you know. And I meet a lot of interesting people, and I really love it, you know. And there's a lot of old friends that you know I haven't seen since the the day. Let me put it that way. So I wanted to talk about this. This is what I really wanted to get into. I just went to go pick up my gear, and you know, they have the guitars in the windows and stuff, you know. I know you're gonna go, oh no, he's spending all this money, what's he doing that for? He's on the crossroads right now looking for some work. Well, I'm kind of hoping maybe I can get a little bit of something going on with this stuff too. So this wasn't very much. So I've seen these. And I'm going, oh, I can't, you know, I really love it, you know, oh man, you know, I mean, not now, I'll have to think about it and stuff, but the price was right. Okay, it didn't cost me very much. There was a lot less than all the other guitars over there, and he said he had this one in the window over the shop there for many years, and no one came and got it. Now what this is a copy, and I had a guitar just like this one that I had built. I bought the body, it was a laminate, you know, a plywood. You know, these are, you know, like inch and a half type laminated plywood. Now this isn't like a standard Fender. It's much thinner, and it's very, very light, and it's got a really good feel to it. And what I did, I bought the guitar body, and I took it to work at the wood shop, and I sanded down the top. You know, it was nice and flat. I had the knurl knobs on there, so, you know, I have knurl knobs that I put on my other guitar, so we can go ahead and put knurl knobs on these. When I get around to it, you know, I don't need to really spend a lot of money now on accessories and stuff. He threw in the gig bag, and he was trying to find the back plate. You know, they're too wide. This is not a standard guitar. You know, it's not. You know, the Charvel products. You know, they have them at Guitar Center. You know, for the do-it-yourself jobs, and that's really what this is. This is a do-it-yourself job. The one I had, it was cracking a little bit, but they tell me they take like a hot air gun and melt the paint back down. So, you know, it has a few little minimal dings. You know, I had my guitar around forever, and I was like, you know, I was trying to be careful with my belt buckle on the back. But he was going to put on the back plate. He was going to put on the whammy bar. You know, the whammy bar was just a little small. There's a couple different sizes. You got metric and standard. You know, so that's cool. That's no problem at all. But the gig bag, this was definitely added value. You didn't have to walk down the street down here with the building a guitar like this. You know, the effects pedals in the bag. So what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and change the strings. Okay, now I've got a lot of guitar strings. I got tons of guitar strings. These guitar strings I bought on Amazon. They're some sort of I guess they were trying to get rid of them. I got Super Slinky. I think I'm going to put the Super Slinky on it. Now these will break, but they're really fun. Right, so I got Super Slinky, but that's the same thing what these are. Well, these are a 9. These started at a 9 on the bottom E string. It's really, really light, where these are a 10, where these start really, really light on a 10. the electric lights and the super slinkies. When I was in high school, everybody had to have Ernie Ball super slinkies. So these are what you had to have. And not only that, but these were the cheap ones. You know what I mean? So, but you know, they do great, but you know, I'm not going to be using the whammy bar. On my other guitar, they had the bridge just like this one. The bridge was just like this one. I mean, you can see the back. But the whammy bar didn't work that well. The guitar strings got out of tune very, very easily. We tried to change the springs. The springs were too tight, and I couldn't even do the whammy bar. In fact, I was just thinking about that on my way over here, about that, how it was so tight we couldn't even do the whammy bar. So we changed the springs back till finally we just put, you know, we just put on the springs, put the back cover on it. And I was just advised not to use the whammy bar. I was thinking, okay, I'll get I guess the brand name is Floyd Rose, but it's a tremolo system where it locks down here on the top, you know, and it usually uses Allen wrench, Allen screws, and it bolts down over the strings, and it also has the same type of a clamp system over the bridge, so that the strings don't go out of tune when you use the whammy bar in a very, very extreme situations, like Eddie Van Halen has this type of a tremolo system. There's a few different manufacturers of it. I always call it a Floyd Rose. Everybody goes, no, don't put on a Floyd Rose, man. Well, it's a brand name. I don't want to say anything bad about Floyd Rose. I love them to death. But I'd say, let's just say, don't put on the tremolo system, the advanced tremolo system. This is a classic guitar, 1959 baby blue Fender Stratocaster. Now, baby blue must have been the color in 1959, and this is my favorite color, and it is the year I was born, in 1959. In fact, the rosary that my grandmother gave my mother when I was born was baby blue. So, you know, when you look at hot rods and go 1950s, you know, they show this baby blue with the white paneled Chevys and, you know, all this cool stuff, you know. So that's usually what you see. So that's what we're going to do now. I'm going to go ahead and clean it up. I'm going to change the strings, and then I'm going to jam. All right, cool. I'm stoked, believe me. You know, you got it. All the other stuff that I got up there right now, it's kind of slow. I'm like trying to practice. I'm trying to figure out my tones. Now this is a 5-way switch, because for the 3 pickups, you know, I had the Floyd Rose tremolo system. That's where I wanted to finish. That I sent the guitar body over to my second cousin, Marilyn. She owned a music store at Northridge Mall, and she had the guitar body sent out over to the shop. She had a guy that did paint job for it. And then I bought the hardware, and I bought a real Fender blonde neck. Now this doesn't have a fretboard on it. You know, usually it's like a mahogany or rosewood. So, you know, this is the solid slack, and it's nice and smooth and everything. Now, of course, you know, I take it into the shop to have them do the fret jobs, clean it up, polish them. They did my intonations on my tuning. That's another thing that I want to talk about. Is that the pickups that I had was the Floyd Rose, not the Floyd Rose, I'm now talking about the tremolo system, was the Seymour Duncan pickups. Okay, so these are exactly like the Seymour Duncan pickups. You know, these aren't exactly standard Fender gear. You know, so, and it sounded really good. I got a lot of comments. That's the other thing I wanted to get to about this whole thing, is I got a lot of comments that it was good musicianship. That, you know, someone would say, wow, look at that guitar, you know, it's a little thinner. I really like this part here where it's, where you can see this here, where it comes down. You know, I had sanded all that down on the guitar body. You see that shape? I mean, this shape is like awesome. I mean, I just loved it. This was my baby, right? You see that? You see how it gets a little thicker here now? You know, then you have the standard size here at the top. You know, of course, you know, everybody knows your cutaways too. These are for your hands. Your hand can come all the way up there. It was a 21 fret Fender Strat neck. You know, it was specifically Fender. You know, it had a the Fender logo. It was a Fender neck. It had a thrust rod. This one also here has a thrust rod. So we're gonna go ahead. I just wanted to, gonna work on this a little bit. Kind of get this kind of going. Having a cup of coffee. I love Sisters of Mercy. The music in the background. I might sing along. Walk, walk, walk away. Walk away. Of course, you gotta have all the proper gear. So you want to make sure that you have some wire cutters, especially at the end when you put your guitar strings on there, they're going to be a little bit longer. And what we do if we don't have the wire cutters with us, and when we have to change our strings, like if we're out at a gig or something on the road, you know, you just kind of like roll it up, you know, so they're not all sticking out, going to stick you in the eye or stick somebody else in the eye or something, you know. So you kind of like roll them up, you know, make sure they're safe and secure those. But yeah, you really want, in fact, I keep these in my gig bag. You know, an extra set of strings. In fact, that's what I want to talk about, the Super Slinky. These two sets here, apparently I had used, broke a string and grabbed some strings as a replacement. So I'm glad I had this other pack. So I've got 4 strings left in here. These are going to be good replacement strings. I got an E string, that's the one that breaks the most. You just gotta watch the bending on the string. When you torque the E string, that's what breaks it. There's a specific way of bending, especially the E string, or bending your strings so that you don't go and break them. And they break really quick, especially when you're kind of doing this thing, you know, all of a sudden, you know, it just breaks. It causes the tension here at the bridge, and this is where it breaks here at the bridge when you do that. So there is a specific way of handling and bending your strings so that they don't break. You know, but I do have another 9, so that's a new string. I do have another second string, and the 32, 5th string, and 6th string. So these are the 2 strings that really break. So we have that together. So we got 9. So I have some replacement strings from this set. And that was the thing about these. Why they're the cheapies? Because they do, but they are fun. I mean, these are definitely what you had to have. I mean, you know what I mean? And they were the cheap ones. You know, I mean, I used to, you know, get fancy when I got a little more money, when I got paid, buy a really, really good set. You know, they used to have something called Fender Bullets. And I had to have Fender Bullets. I loved the esteem. I loved the way it made me feel. It didn't have the wire coil at the end like this. Can you see that? Okay, there we go. Didn't have a wire coil like this on the end. Okay, this is generally your general guitar string. What it had was, it was lead, and it was fashioned and molded with the string on the inside of the sled. That's why they're called bullets. And they did fit right into here, where you know, where your ends go. You know, it was the right size. They were Fender Bullets. They made them for their Fender guitars. You know, and they made me feel good. They were a good set of strings. They didn't break easy. I love them. You know, so I don't see them around anymore. I don't know if I'd get another set, because, you know, I'm just kind of like doing all this other stuff, and just as long as you've got all these, you know, what do I need those for anyways? But, you know, I guess that's just the way I am. So, or what I prefer, you know, you do what you prefer, what you like to have, you know, what's going to fit within your capital budget for all this stuff. You know, it's a whole bunch of throw around stuff, you know, until you get signed or something. You know, you start doing regular gigs and playing regular nightclubs, you know, back every night. That's what me and my buddy Bruce were talking about. It's that nowadays, you know, every bar, especially on Friday and Saturday nights, you know, I had dancing and bands. You know, there isn't really that much call for bands anymore in the bars. There are quite a few bars still, you know, that have the bands and the live music and the dancing. You know, but most, you know, I love the jukebox, especially the ones they have nowadays. It's connected to a satellite. I can just type in anything I want, and by satellite, it delivers my music if it's not already locally downloaded on the machine. Some of them are locally downloaded on the machine, and you're limited, but it still has a lot of music on there. But I like to find the stuff like the Pandoras, the Runaways, the Cramps, you know. So I prefer the jukebox to have these satellites. You know, and the karaoke, and I love karaoke, you know, but there's just not that much call for, you know, bands in the local bars these days. You know, there's just not. Rolling. Okay. You just gotta put the strings on here. I got this cleaned up. I can go into a few little details. Very, very carefully. I cleaned some glue off, and it looked really bad because it had dirt in it, and it looked like this, you know, like something on there that shouldn't be there. That definitely had a place that didn't look good. Very, very carefully. Little razor blade. There's a little something on here. It's just pretty much like it's some tape or some adhesive. But very, very carefully. But where that black spot was right here. You know, it looked like maybe it was glue, you know, and it had some dirt in it or something. But you know, it didn't look so good if you're eating a chocolate bar or ice cream and kind of drips on your guitar, or you know, something on there that's at a place that, you know, should be cleaned up. Now this is the guitar rad. Now generally, what you want to do, you want to really use the guitar polish, guitar cleaner. I don't have any around right now, so I'm just using regular cleaner. You want to be careful not to get this stuff, you know, even guitar polish, but you want to be careful that you don't get any pickups. You know, I used to sweat on my guitar, and that collected dirt. You know, I don't know where that dirt comes from, but it collected dirt. My sweat on it, but I guess the studio over there got kind of hot, and it kind of gets in here in the electronics into your pickups, and they start getting a kind of a short, you know, it kind of starts malfunctioning or kind of stop quitting. That's where we took this off here and checked the wiring and all that. You know, just went ahead and took out the whole pick guard. You know, it's all wired in here very carefully. You know, it's all connected here to your jack. Now this is just like my guitar that I had built, I swear to God. And you know, I was really disheartened. A friend of mine from work that I knew for, you know, for many years. That was 1984. When I knew him at work, and I let him come and stay at my place. I got him a job at where I was working doing the surveys, and in fact they were really, really disappointed because what they had done, they had discontinued the program of being paid for training. Showed up for the training, they hired him, and then they go, where is he? He didn't show up. I said, well, there's bad news. He stole my guitar and has disappeared. And haven't seen him since. Apparently he was going around taking up a collection. He stole the stereo equipment from our other buddy, and stole a bunch of jewelry and collectible videos from someone else, and the toys, the kids' games, the PlayStation for the computer that the kid got for Christmas. I mean, come on. I mean, you don't mess with the kids and the old lady. You always keep that stuff separate. If you got something with somebody or something going on, you know, you don't mess with somebody's family. You know, you don't mess with the family. Everybody knows that. So, you know, there was the police investigators that in Van Nuys, and where I lived over there in Canova Park. So I really don't know the outcome of this. I haven't seen or heard from him. I guess apparently there was either like a warrant out for his arrest, or, you know, at least for questioning. So I never heard back. I never knew what happened, and I never got it back. And I did buy another one. It was a Fender. My buddy, we were playing guitar. He was a GIT student and gave me a lot of guitar lessons. He showed me how to play the lead to the Can't Help Falling in Love, and we were doing that number with the rhythm and lead. We were doing the Jimi Hendrix Purple Haze, and he's the one who showed me how to play Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds and All Along the Watchtower. So we really go back. We were really we were working on the lead line for like the Rolling Stones' Lady Jane. I love that song. I always loved that song ever since I was a kid. And that was around 1965, 1966. There was the Flowers album. Lady Jane wasn't on Flowers. Oh yes, it was. Lady Jane was on the Flowers album. That was the one that had Dandelions. That was a really psychedelic year that year. 2000 Light Years from Home. I think that was on Her Majesty's Secret Service, and the original album had the that really cool 3D plate on the cover. 3D was really popular. We used to go to the shoe store to get a pair of shoes, and give us these 3D rings of the popular television cartoon shows. And they were 3D, and then if you turned them, you had about 3 or 4 different images, and they kind of like animated. So those 3D plates were like really cool and really popular. They're all over the place. I guess maybe it was overkill. I heard what was it? It's to be or to not to be. It was so overdone. It was like it's never to be added in a script, any script. And then all of a sudden on a Star Trek movie in the 80s, you got them saying, "Oh, I like your to be or not to be your Shakespeare," and they even had it in Creek Talk. Creek Talk, to be or not to be. And it's never to be done. It's been completely overrun. But at this period of time, because it was a 1960s movie from a 1960s television show, and it hadn't been done for so long, that they put that in there. It's really pretty much an innuendo thing. So we're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and put on these strings. Now I'm really stoked about this. This is going to be so cool. You want to be careful not to scratch the guitar with the ends of these. These are sharp, and these will scratch your guitar and mess the paint up. They'll scratch your neck. And this doesn't have a fretboard on it. The fretboards usually are not so shellacked. A rosewood or mahogany. So you want to be careful. You want to be careful not to poke yourself in the finger. I poke myself in the finger and cut my finger with these a lot of times. But very carefully, this will just go in the back here. So let me just go ahead and pull that through. You want to make sure that this comes right into the saddle, and that fits down real nice and good, because that's going to get loose and it's going to be some weird thing all of a sudden. My life story, all of a sudden it gets crazy. All of a sudden crazy. But I don't know, some crazy stuff. It's like, I don't know. It's like really twist your heads. One guy, he was in New Orleans in the Mardi Gras. What are you doing in New Orleans in the Mardi Gras? We're putting a lien against your house. You owe us money. And he skipped town. Oh, it was bail. He skipped his bail. I guess we financed his release. Paid his his bail. We posted his bail, and all of a sudden he's in New Orleans. This guy was working with us and doing construction stuff. This guy, I guess, an innuendo. What you say about him was, you're at the bar, he's getting drunk. He won World War II all by himself on that. But we're putting these strings on here. I'm just going about preaching. Basically, these are my thoughts and my philosophy and my practice and study. I appreciate your practice and study. If you don't practice and study, I appreciate that. But whatever you do practice and study, Wicca, I've got lots of friends in Wicca, and they're wonderful, beautiful people. Basically, she does love spells. And even then, she meets with both parties, and all the details are fully discussed before she will perform her services. And I really appreciate that, and I think that's like really cool. So we're putting these guitar strings on here. I think I'm going to go ahead and get this in here. I'm going to go ahead and get this in here. I think I'm going to hurry up and get this done because I'm really looking forward to playing this guitar. And I mean, I'm going to need to tune it up. I believe in all my other videos, I'm tuning it up. I'm trying to find the proper volume and tone. So we're going to go ahead and do that, and we'll come back and jam. And I'm having some real deja vu. This is so familiar to me that I had so much intimate contact with building the guitar from start to finish. And it's like my guitar, it's like it's never been anywhere. So this is like really cool. Well, that was just it. I was feeling that, you know, this is my trophy. You know, this is probably what I deserve. You know, just a little bit of something's not going to put me in a hole. I'm in the crossroads. I pretty much have stuff together for a couple of months. Hopefully some things will be coming in, happening by then. I've been screaming for love on YouTube. If you've been checking out my my Facebook pages, there's all these hard rock and ballads and duets, and my high school friends have been coming on and talking about it. Kind of like I've been a serenade. You know, of course, you know, there's no actual real commitments. Nobody's actually really talked about, you know, relationships. We're friends. You know, status please. You know, it's like, I always call everybody you guys, you know, you guys, you gals. I don't know, the way I refer to people, you know, it's like, hey, come on, we're not guys. You know, it's like, hey, you guys. I guess that's the way it's all talk. I guess there's always the proper place for the proper respect to respect the lady. You know, sometimes it's the girls, or if you're a grown woman, you know, you gals. It really depends, you know, how we actually find someone. You know, the proper respect to the lady. You know, the woman is respectful, she's intelligent, she works hard, you know, such that, you know, proper respect. You know, it's all there is, you know, the gals, the girls, just have some fun, you know, sometimes get asked to dance, you know, sometimes come and give you a hug and a kiss, you know, it's a nice little, you know, nice little pat on the back, a little response to that. It's cool. Well, I guess you know what the situation is, you know, if you're friends. You know, in a proper place, in a proper setting. So, okay, well, I got a couple more strings here to put on. What I really want to work on now is the Led Zeppelin number that we've been doing, You Really Shook Me Baby. Now, the Lemon song, that one's just plain down, wow. I'll have to look that one up, too. But You Shook Me Baby, that's a nice song. I guess the Lemon song you'd have to be careful about, you know, your specific audience, you know, when you play that one. You know, it seems like they, you know, is really talking about some, the course of nature. Nature took its course just now. This is just what I went through. I tell you the truth, I'm really happy. I had a really nice relationship. You know, in fact, what I'm really happy about, the thing is so cool, is that I just had this experience where nature definitely took its course. And so things had to happen, you know what I mean? And this is the way that things go. It's not like anybody went against anybody's grain or anything like that. You know, it's so cool, you know what I mean? And, you know, the participants in this also, I specifically respect. And I hope that they feel the same way, that they understand that they also may have with or without the knowledge that something took place. It's just nature. Nature took its course. Anyways, I wanted to let nature take its course, get 2 more strings on here. So I'll be right back. We're gonna do this thing. Okay, so here we are. I still need to cut the wires. What I did do, I did need to make sure that I had enough coils on here that these aren't gonna slip out. The strings will stretch. So I need to make sure I had enough coils, but not too much coils, because then that messes it up too. You have too much of the coils, too much of the string, too much excess. About 4 wraps, 3 wraps, about 4 wraps. But you don't want to be too short, so I only had like 1 wrap, 2 wraps. I kept loosening it up and kept I guess it's the diameter of the tuning gears that were pretty much hogging it up. So I did need to give that some more slack. So here I do need to cut these, but for right now, I've got it tuned up, and I want you to hear this rich sound. Now this is a 5-way switch, and this is the way that it's set up right now. Now I want you to hear this. Got a nice rich tone. This is a light body which contributes to the tone of the musical instrument. Heavier solid body guitar will resonate less, and that gives it another tone too. That it does give you a nice rich bass type tones, where the Stratocaster and Telecasters can have more of a twangier type sound. Okay, now that's just with the amp. I haven't turned on my fuzz yet for my graphic equalizer. So we've got some tone going on here. Works really good with the graphic equalizer. that loud. You can hear me talking. See, I'm not talking over this. And it just has like a really good sound. All this is really loud. You can hear me talking just naturally normal. In fact, a lot of times in these videos you can hear me strumming the guitar. And it's really not that loud. You need to keep things down. You need to keep things down low. So there we are, there's the demonstration. Once you get this thing set up, clip this into the strings, and it's all cleaned up. Got the Ernie ball strings on here. Awesome. Coming up. So just remember, you don't have to remember everything, please, please. But I'm Roger Rave now. Roger now. Is this a permanent? You love me now. Oh, whatever.